your value does not change based on whether someone else was able to see your value or whether a relationship worked out. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather, and on my channel I talk all about faith-based dating and relationships to help you date with confidence and prepare for a healthy and thriving marriage. So if you aren't already subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and I would love to have you. And if you are a returning subscriber, hello and welcome back. Also, if you are on Instagram, be sure to follow me over there. I love to connect with you guys and share a little bit more behind the scenes over on that platform. So let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So in today's video, I'm sharing some ways to get through a breakup and to come out better on the other side of it. I've definitely been through my share of breakups and they can be devastating. So I want to share some of the things that worked for me and some of the things that I learned along the way and afterwards that I wish I had have known when I was going through those breakups. So I was pretty much always the one on the receiving end of the breakups, the one that was always broken up with. And along with that can come a lot of feelings of rejection. And the feeling of rejection is a very, very, very real thing, and it can be really hard to get past. So the first tip that I want to encourage you with is to use this time to really lean into God through worship and through prayer and through time with Him. This can be one of the most difficult times to do that because when you're feeling heartbroken and disappointed and let down by a breakup, it can be easy to get mad at God and to want to push Him away or run away from Him and the situation. I definitely did that at different points. I remember feeling extremely angry at God at times and wondering why I had to go through these situations and why I had to get heartbroken over and over again. And it was very hard to deal with. But one verse that always stuck out to me and encouraged me was in Psalms, where God talks about being close to the brokenhearted. And that is so true because it's in those times when we are going through the worst and we are the most vulnerable that He gets our attention and He draws us in closer to Him. And we can use this time to be more receptive to Him and allow Him to be our comforter and our healer and take us deeper into relationship with Him so that we are even more grounded when more trials come to pass. And it's in our nature to get angry and want to push God away, but that is what the enemy wants you to do. He wants to use this hurt and this pain to cause a rift between you and God. So instead of letting Him win, we can instead lean into God and strengthen our relationship with Him through this difficult time. And it truly was in those darkest moments of my life that even though I may have pushed God away in the beginning, I ended up so much closer to Him and more rooted in Him than I was before. Number two is to remember that God does really work all things for good. It talks about this in Romans 8:28. It's one of my favorite verses because it reminds me that no matter what I'm going through and no matter what I've been through, He will work it to good and He will use it for His glory. You never know when God may use your pain for a purpose to help other people. That's one of the whole reasons that I started this channel, was to use the things that I've gone through and the experiences that I've had to be able to help you guys and share my experiences with you and share the things that I've learned with you and to truly be able to empathize with you because I've been there. Because let's be honest, when you're going through a breakup and you talk to someone who's never been through a breakup, it can be really hard to be comforted by them because they don't know what you're going through. And even though it can be hard to see it in the moment, I promise you it will be so worth it when you can use what you've gone through to not only grow and become a better person and become closer to God, but to be able to share that and help other people down the road. And number three is to forgive that person and let go. This can be really difficult to do, I know, but if you allow bitterness and unforgiveness to build up in your heart, then you are only hurting yourself and making it harder for you to move on. It's not affecting the other person. It's only affecting you and your relationship with God. All right, and then number four is to cut off all ties with that person and to get rid of anything that they gave you or anything that is associated with them. That may sound a little bit extreme, but until I learned to do that, I would continue to get hurt over and over again because I left that door open to have conversations with my exes, to go to lunch with them, thinking that I could handle it, when really all it was doing was continuing to open up that wound and not allow me time to truly heal. In order to really let go of a relationship and heal, you need time away from that person. You don't want to be constantly reminded and keep reopening that wound, because every time you talk to them, every time you hang out with them, it's just going to keep bringing back those memories and making it harder to heal and making it take longer to get through that process. And the same goes for items. If you have gifts that they've given you or things that that remind you of them, then I would get rid of all of that stuff, because it's just going to keep sparking those memories and making it harder to move on. I got to the point where I even got rid of several pieces of clothing because I associated it with that person and things that we did together when I was wearing a certain dress or a certain outfit. And every time I would look at that piece of clothing, I just thought about that person, and it wasn't healthy. And once I learned to completely cut off ties and to get rid of those things, that was when I was able to truly heal and move forward. And number 5 is to remember that your value does not change based on whether someone else was able to see your value or whether a relationship worked out. Your value remains the same regardless, because your value is found in Christ, not in that person, not in that relationship, and not on your relationship status. It can be really easy to get caught up in thoughts of not being good enough or blaming yourself for things not working out and causing you to lose your self-esteem. But if we can remain anchored in the fact that our value and our worth come from God alone, then that's going to help us to move forward in a healthier way. So that's it for this video. I hope that you found these tips helpful and that you're able to use them whether you are going through a breakup or you're helping someone else get through a breakup. And if you have any tips of your own to share, be sure to leave those in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.